morning, students. I welcome all the state 10th standard students to the online classes. As your examination timetable has been given, that is commence from 25th June onwards, our examination will be started June to July 4th, June 25th to July 4th. So you have to get the vigorous practice or preparation about the examinations, because this is only very nearer 1 month time is there, only 1 month time is there. So you have to read all the subjects. So for regard of this, some important lessons which are scoring more marks or which are having the more weightage in the marks category. So those lessons I am sending with brief information and important questions. I am making a video and sending to you from today, and you go through those videos and understand the videos, lessons, what is there in that, and write down the points, important points in that, okay, and prepare well for the examination. Along with these videos, we also send, I will also send some question papers, model question papers with regards of examinations. What the model question papers are given by this board SSLC board. Those papers I want to share with you with the answers, and some of the model question papers I will send without answers, that you have to solve it. Biology part only, okay. At the same time, physics part, physics sir will send you, and chemistry part, chemistry madam will send you, okay. Now I am making a video that how do organisms reproduce. This is a lesson, very important lesson, where in the SSLC examination you will get the more marks weightage in this lesson. Almost 5 to 6 marks will be there in this, okay. Total in biology only 28 marks, in that 5 marks from this lesson. So I am going to tell you, give you the video, good information in this video, okay. Let us see how do organisms reproduce. This is a lesson, how do organisms reproduce, okay. You know that we are all the living organisms. We have the metabolic activities in our body like digestion, respiration, blood circulation, transportation, so many different types of living characters we show that. Among all those, even growth and development, cellular structure, tissue level of organization, these all we will be knowing that. But among all these, one specialized characteristic of the living organisms is reproduction. What is meant by reproduction? Reproduction is the phenomena of producing their own kind organisms. Reproduction is the phenomena of producing their own kind offsprings by all the living organisms to increase or to continue their race from one generation to another generation. This is called reproduction. Once again I repeat that. Reproduction is the phenomena of producing their own offsprings, own kinds of the babies, to continue their race from one generation to another generation by every living organism. That is called reproduction. Actually, reproduction is necessary. Yes, it is very necessary for the living organisms, as I told you, that they should maintain their race. Race means their generation from one generation to another generation. Suppose if you take one organism, it is not reproducing. So it born, it is not, it is presented and it is growing, it is living comfortably, it is doing the metabolic activities, but it is not reproducing. It is not producing its own kinds. So what happens soon after, that organism will be extinct, means disappear from the earth, and we cannot find the such organism further. In the next coming generations, we cannot find that organism because it is not reproducing, it is not producing the babies, so that it will be disappear, extinct, die and disappear. So we will lose the one category of organisms, one species of organisms we lost from the environment, and that is a very, very bad thing. So that's why every living organism should reproduce. Reproduction is common for every organism. Okay, what happens in the reproduction? How this organism will be producing? Before that, we should learn what is the genetic material of these organisms. What the changes will be occur before the reproduction. Actually, every living organism has genetic material of DNA. DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid. This is the full form of DNA. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. This is the genetic material that is present in the nucleus of the cell. In the 9th standard, we have learned that every cell structure is having the nucleus. In that nucleus, genetic material will be presented there. That genetic material is nothing but DNA, which carry the characters from the parents to their offsprings, and carry the characters from one generation to another generation. DNA is very, very important. This is the genetic material. So in the case of reproduction, this DNA will be double, copying. It will be producing double. Okay, because of doubling of DNA, while dividing the cells, the equal number of DNA material will be supplied, will be distributed to every cell which is newly produced by the reproduction. By the cell division, we can say simply, by the cell division, the DNA is doubled and that will be distributed in a equal manner to every newly produced cells, newly formed cells. So that the organism, when it is, the cells are combined together, form as an organism that will be looks alike to the parent with little variations. Why these variations will be there? Means variations are very much important. Variations means some differences. Of course, the offsprings which are produced by the reproduction looks like their parents only, but little variations will be presented. Small differences will be presented there, and these variations are very much useful for continuing the race from one generation to another generation. A simple example I will tell you. See, a bacteria can live in everywhere in the environment. Suppose the temperature of the environment is increased. So the bacteria cannot bear such a high temperature. If it is not having any variations in the body to withstand about the temperature, the bacteria would die. But if the bacteria is having some variations to withstand the high temperature, to survive in the high temperature, such bacteria will be survived and the remaining which do not have the variations will be died. This is the best example. So by this we can understand that variations are very important, more beneficial than the individuals, more beneficial to the species than the individuals. Individuals may die, but the species with the organisms which are having these variations, those will be continued for the next generation also. So DNA copying will give the some changes. When the proteins of the DNA is changed, the arrangement of the proteins are changed, so the total body structure will be changed. The variations will be formed. So DNA copying as well as the variations are, both of them are important for newly producing individuals. Okay, let us learn about the reproduction, modes of reproduction. It means methods of reproduction we are going to discuss. So there are two types of methods of reproduction, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So what is the difference between these two? Asexual reproduction means the reproduction which is occur without the formation of gametes, without the fusion of gametes. Fusion means combining. Without the fusion of gametes. Only one single organism will be participated in the asexual reproduction. See, once again I will repeat that. Asexual reproduction means the reproduction which is occur without the fusion of gametes, without the formation of the gametes, and only one single organism will be produced in the asexual, participated in the asexual reproduction, and the organism which is produced by the asexual reproduction 100% looks same as the parent, without any variations, and such type of organisms cannot survive for a long period, cannot survive for drastic conditions of the environment, cannot survive for the drought conditions of the environment, cannot survive for the difficult conditions of the environment. There are the four characteristics for the asexual reproduction. I used the word here, gamete. It is a sexual cell. Gamete means a sexual cell, and it is of two types, male gamete and the female gamete. Okay, male gamete and female gamete. Male gamete is called as sperm in the animals. This is in the animals, sperm. And ovum is the females. Sperm is the male gamete, ovum is the female gamete in the animals. When coming to the plants, pollen grains, pollens are the male gametes, and ovules are the female gametes. Okay, so when these gametes are fused together, they form the zygote. And this zygote is developed into embryo. Embryo will be developed into baby. This total phenomena is completely sexual reproduction. Okay, so the formation of gametes is not there in the asexual reproduction, and the fusion of gametes is not there in the asexual reproduction, and only one single organism will be participated in this reproduction, in the asexual reproduction, and the organisms, the progeny, or we can say the offsprings which are produced from the asexual reproduction, they are exact copies of parents, exact copies of parental plants, exact copies of parents. No even one single variation will be presented in the offsprings when they are produced by asexual reproduction. Okay. So let us learn about the asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction we will discuss in the next video. Asexual reproduction can be occur in the lower grade animals. Even the plants also asexual reproduction will be occur. But in the plants, the asexual reproduction is called as vegetative propagation. In the plants, it is called as vegetative propagation, that we will discuss later. And now, the asexual reproduction in the lower grade animals we are going to discuss. There are some methods they follow in the asexual reproduction in the lower grade animals, that is fission, fragmentation, regeneration, budding. These are the four methods the lower grade animals will follow for asexual reproduction. Okay, let us see fission. Splitting of one organism into two. Splitting of one organism into two, it is called as a fission. Got my point? Splitting means dividing the one organism into two organisms, and these two organisms are looks alike the parental organisms. For example, if you take the amoeba, it will be dividing into two organisms by the fission method. Okay, in this one amoeba and two amoebas will be formed, and these two are looks alike, same as the parent. No any variations will be there. This is called fission. Okay, based on that division of this one, the fission has been divided into two types, that is binary fission, and multiple fission. Binary fission and multiple fission, these are the two methods are followed in the fission. So binary fission means division of one organism, one single celled organism into two single celled organisms. One single celled organism is dividing or splitting into two single celled organisms, that is called binary fission. In this first, nucleus will be divided. Let me draw a picture here, you might be understand. Suppose if you take the amoeba, so before the binary fission, the nucleus will be divided into two, and slowly this cytoplasm of the cell will be divided, and it will become the two individuals of amoeba. So here one organism is dividing into two individuals. This is called binary fission. Amoeba, examples for the binary fission. Examples for the binary fission are amoeba, leishmania. Leishmania is also called as trypanosoma. trypanosoma. If this trypanosoma leishmania, it will be long structure having one whip-like structure which can be useful for locomotion. A nucleus is presented there, and it will be divided vertically. It will be divided vertically and divided vertically like this, and divided into two individuals. Okay. So this is called binary fission. Examples for the binary fission is amoeba and leishmania. They are the two animals, two unicellular organisms. I told you already, unicellular organism means the organisms which have only one cell. Those are called as unicellular organisms, and those unicellular organisms will be following the binary fission, or the method is called as fission. Okay. And next one is multiple fission. In this, one organism will be dividing into many organisms at a time, and each one will be continued their life individually. That is called multiple fission. One organism will be dividing into two, but there one organism will be dividing into many of the organisms. The best example for this multiple fission, is malaria parasite. Malaria parasite is also called as Plasmodium falciparum. Malaria parasite is the best example for multiple fission. Okay, understood? No, binary fission and multiple fission. Compulsory they will ask a question that how can you differ the binary fission from multiple fission? Again, I say the differences between this one. In the binary fission, one single celled organism is dividing into two individuals. Okay. And in the multiple fission, one single celled organism is dividing into many individuals. That is the difference between the binary fission and multiple fission. Okay. The examples for the binary fission is amoeba and lesion. I told you already, leishmania. And multiple fission example is malarial parasite, or we can say that is a Plasmodium. Okay.